Morning, welcome to RealVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith, and sorry a little bit of a late start. I was messing around with the audio video settings, so hopefully it's working. You guys can hear and see and everything. So this is where we give away land. So towards the end of this show, I'm going to ask a basic question and give away a piece of land, probably another Arkansas property. I've got I think less than 100 of them up on the website still for sale. I used to have 500-600 of them at any given time. A lot of people have been buying them up and using them. I've been hearing different stories about people going to use them, so that's beautiful. I love that. I love to hear the stories and what you guys are doing with them. I just had one guy, his place got wiped out by a hurricane, and he said he just got his money from FEMA, and he was buying land in Arkansas, and he's going through the whole, he's telling me the whole story, moving everything, and we didn't have much to move, but getting in there and setting up, I shouldn't laugh. But FEMA paid him out quick. In like 3 weeks after he did the paperwork, he got his money. He bought a couple properties from me and started going to town on them. So Arkansas makes it really cheap and easy to get in there and go for it. Some of the different properties have minimum square footages you need to hit, like 800 or 900,000 square foot or 1,200 square foot or something, depending on the lot. The ones that I have on the website, but there's a lot of other properties to choose from too. Just those ones have like lakes and streams and trees and roads. Lots of them have power lines, and so lots of the other properties I have on RealVacantLand.com are larger, or spread across the country. I've got some people come and go as they have property or not. So 12 to 15 people listing properties on the website right now, and numerous different properties just all across the country to choose from at RealVacantLand.com. So today we're going to dive into a couple of them and see what we got. First off, I have a guy who wants to go be on the show. So his name is Rod Hall. I'm going to try to give him a call. I got his phone number, so I'm going to pull up, I think I got his land on the screen. Let me hit some more buttons here. And so I got his website, and I don't have my regular speaker system to make this call, so hopefully you guys can still hear him. I'm going to put him on speakerphone on my phone, and we'll see if I can get this to work and you guys can hear it. Just bear with me a sec here. I hate to do dead air on you, but a one-man show here. 7, 9. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. Hopefully you guys can hear it. I'll try to hold it up.
Hello, Rod speaking.
Hello, Rod. It's Luke. You're live on YouTube.
Hello, Luke.
Hey.
Good morning.
Morning. Thanks for reaching out and having interest in your land and my little show. And I got I got a link here to your website. And so how do you know about me, or what's your background in land?
Sure. I wanted to, I'll make it short. A couple of years ago, I wanted to find a way to supplement my retirement. So I started looking for things that suited me. And I found, a way to do that through buying and selling land.
Good.
And I just got hooked right away. It's exciting and fun, and the people I work with that I sell land to, that I buy land to, is rewarding. So one thing leads to another, and I see you on Land Academy and Land Investors.
Good deal.
And so I thought, man, this guy's doing a live show on land, and there's all this education and everything, and I thought this is a great deal. So I wanted to be on your show.
Good deal. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching the show, and thanks for coming on live. So if anyone else wants to come on and talk about their properties, I'd love to hear from you guys too. That's why I started this show. I thought I'd have a lot more people on the show over time, sharing ideas, going back and forth, learning from each other, and showing off the properties that we got. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful land out there, and just look at a lot of the land that's available and can be had. So, I got this one pulled up. So, Land Academy. I'm guessing you bought it through a mailer. You send out mail, made cash offers, bought some land, get the cheapest land in the area doing that for sure, and then put it up for sale for a little bit more, but probably still the cheapest in the area, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I get this good looking picture on your website with a mountain in the background. Is that Spanish Peaks? No. Mount Blanca? No.
Blanco.
Blanca?
I think it's Blanco.
Blanco?
Yeah,
Mount
that's
Blanco?
the highest one there.
Okay, cool. So this is Costilla County, Colorado. Mount Blanco is probably up north of this valley, right? If I'm thinking right. Okay. And I gotta ask, so this picture we're looking at, it's the main one on your website. It's got 3 telephone poles, and I swear there's a power line going between the 3 poles, and it just like ends on either side. I wonder,
Exactly.
did they start burying it, or does that? It doesn't make sense. It's like it just comes in. Maybe I'm not seeing the rest of it, and it just disappears off into the
Honestly,
distance.
I've never noticed that.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I'm like, it's got power in the area, but I hope it's hooked all the way up. I mean, there's some more poles there, but then the lines don't keep going. So I don't know. There's a couple houses. I'm sure it's just
there is a
trick photography.
some sort of there is some sort of structure a couple of lots over. Like as far as I can tell, it's some sort of a maybe a ranch building, pole building or something. And I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing that they have some sort of power there. This is right in that farm area across 159. You can see from area view, Google Earth Pro, you can see those huge circular plantings. I think that's wheat. So
yeah, like irrigation
it's a nice
pivot
little
points.
area.
Looks like there's a road. Is it right off the road?
Yeah, yeah.
And I saw one of the pictures looked like maybe the lot lines are marked.
There is a stake there. The picture taker went out there and he put in a stake to identify the property. Just as a quick reference for somebody that went out there to see it. So of course, if you wanted the full corners, you'd need to do something further. A good geo tracker is what I usually recommend, unless you want to build and survey. But most people, they want to get the land cheap like this, and their intention is to do something with it later on. And it's so cheap that they can still do that,
Yeah. So
improve the land the way they want, or just use it as kind of a little hunting camp. There's a reservoir there, Sanchez Reservoir. There's a lot of recreation in that area. People like to use that area as a jump-off place to go hunting and things,
So I'm looking at the ad, and you got terms, $89 down. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's attractive. 89, 86 down, 86 a month. Must be a typo somewhere in there. And just a MasterCard. I mean, a charge card on my website for 172, and we would start documents after that, land contract, or 2620 plus a dock fee. So
that's pretty easy. So what's the size? Maybe I missed. 2.5 acres, 2.53. Yeah. So there's a couple buildings near there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right off
Yeah.
Chaparral Road. Okay, I see it. I see the pivot, the I want to call them crop circles, irrigation pivot.
I know. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Yep.
Yeah, they're interesting from the air. Google Earth Pro is really, really a nice app. And you can see all kinds of stuff. And there's Street View on this one.
Oh, really?
And you can actually see the road that leads to the property on Street View. Plug in the GPS into Google Maps or Google Earth Pro. I want to tell listeners that when you use those GPS coordinates, be sure and put a dash before the minus sign, before the hyphen. Otherwise, Google doesn't know what to do with it. So.
I think I found Street View down the street a little bit. Yeah. You can see the area. You can see the turnoff road. So the property would be back here. I got it pulled up on the screen. It might be a little bit delayed if you're watching it live. 30 seconds or something delayed. Yeah, power lines and a couple trees, paved road. That's cool. That's a nice one. So I was also looking at your website a little bit just before I pulled this up. I saw one down here that said 0 down. How are you doing that? So it says I think it was sold. It said
Yeah, I will do
dollar.
some pretty aggressive promotions from time to time. And that was an experiment. It worked pretty well. And I think that was just I wanted a dock fee, and then we set up the contract and a payment 30 days later. Gives people the opportunity to actually begin the process of owning a piece of land.
Nice.
That's what it's all about. And they make payments, and as long as they're keeping the payments up, then they're using the land, and when it's paid off, it's theirs.
Good deal. You're trying to build up lots of streams of income, cash flow streams doing these?
These smaller ones I think are good candidates for that. And I'll take cash any day of the week, but
Yeah.
I do have an income stream coming in from from these payments and contracts that I've had over the last year or two, and it's nice, because you and I know that as self-employed people, the taxes can be pretty vicious, and this is a way to kind of, help in that regard, because you're taking the cost of the goods as a proportion, and so your income is your revenue is less, but your cash flow is good, which it's nice. Cover the overhead and all the expenses.
Yeah, it's always a tax dance doing terms deals, whether it's this way or that way, or I don't want to get into the details of it on the show. But yeah,
you dropped out there. So
well, the dance of how to do taxes on owner financed.
I can't hear you.
Okay. Hopefully it's working now. But the dance of doing owner finance on vacant land, whether it's considered residential or not, whether you're a dealer or not, different kinds of status and different kinds of terms that affect the taxability and how it's taxed, can be a huge part of the calculation in doing and offering owner finance. So, yeah. But thank you. Thanks for coming on the show. Do you have any other questions, or
If
topics?
you can hear me, I'm gonna go ahead and hang up and just give
Okay,
me a call back because I can't hear you at all.
I think we lost Rod. We can hear him, but we can't hear him. Um, so Rod, if you're watching the show, I think we got the property covered. I'll put a link to this property in the description of the video that we got going on. And so anybody that wants to go after that one can do it. I'm gonna copy the name of this one and paste it in there. So in a second or two, it should be in the description down below if anyone wants to go after that one. And thanks, Rod. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for showing us the property. Congratulations on buying some land, getting it probably really cheap, and getting it up for sale really cheap on the internet. It looks like some beautiful mountain views, roads, and power lines in the area. And he's willing to do some really easy owner finance on it for the right person that wants to go use it. So I should check into the chat here a little bit and see if I can catch up. I got some red lights. I'm not sure that the internet's flying and everything's going sweet, but it looks like you guys are hearing me. So, bunch of people saying good morning, good morning. See if I can get into questions. Good morning, everybody. There's a lot of familiar faces on here and people on. Janet's got a whole bunch of pictures. I'm so excited I'm here. Every other video, I'm always 30 minutes late. Good deal, you made it. Roxy, good morning, Luke, and everyone else. I hear ducks in the background. Ducks, huh? I got, this might be a good time to do a little introduction. I got a new dog. I bought a dog for the kids for Christmas. We'll see if I can get her on the show. Come here. Let's see if she shows up. Portuguese water dog, and she's like jumps in the pond first time she sees water, just runs right over and jumps in. I'm like, oh, nice. She's super quiet. She's really disappointed that the kids aren't here to play with her right now, so she's just hanging out in the background, right? So if you hear her, that's what's going on there. But she's usually pretty quiet. It's this is the first time she's been away from the kids, like since I picked her up. Kids have been playing with her ever since. Now the kids are at school. I can do this show, and she's bumming out that the kids aren't around. Just like, I gotta play with you. So no ducks, but new dog. This one says I'm maxed on volume. Good. Hello everyone. I work with Luke. So this is Jason Lydiard, Jason L. So Jason's on here. I work with Luke from time to time. I just bought 160 parcels in Philadelphia, Missouri, which is in Ozark County. I'm interested in wholesaling all of it. There you go. Maybe I can get Jason on the call. We can talk more about those properties. So someone's asking Costilla County State. So this new property I was showing for Rod Hall, who's interested, is in Costilla County, Colorado. And then Jason L is saying, I bought this way below retail, so there is potential to make double, if not triple, your money over the long run selling piece by piece. Yeah, so if someone wants to jump into the land business or wants to add on to the land business, get a whole bunch of properties in Missouri, Jason Lydiard's been telling me about that deal. I'd like to hear more about it. He's got a bunch of them, bunch of properties you could probably deal off one by one. I could probably help you sell them off one by one too. Scott Campbell is coming on there next. Says, morning, Luke, watching from Boston. Hi, Scott. Good morning, Scott. Jason saying Castilla's in Colorado. Yep. Jason's contact information is jasonl@ruralvacantland.com. Jason, there's two different Jasons. So Jason L, it's Jason Lydiard at ruralvacantland.com. I wonder if Jason's got something I could just should put on the screen to show these properties. It might be hard to show 160 properties, but yeah, Jamie Ross, can't beat the down payment. That last one, $89. Sure. Redefine living. There's horrible Wi-Fi where I'm working for the next 2 weeks, and live videos don't play well. Look forward to finishing this project and moving to the next. So I got a question for you guys. Like, I just signed up to last night. Hopefully, I'm not doing the wrong thing. Um, I've been looking for internet. We just bought a house, and I've been looking for internet that'll work. I can't find anything that really works there. And so I signed up to Viasat, and I sure as heck hope I can keep doing live video like this. Um, so Viasat is satellite internet, and it used to be Exceed. I used to recommend Exceed to people that bought land from me because that was like the fastest internet they could get out in the middle of nowhere. And then Viasat, they changed names to Viasat. And they're not very far from me. It's Carlsbad, just the next town up. I've seen their offices and stuff. And they launched a new satellite service that does up to 100 megabytes per second down. And I call them and I ask, why don't you say anything about the up speeds? And it's only 3 megabytes up. So that's might be really hard to run videos like this. But there's T-Mobile in the area that has faster up speeds. Like I was testing it and I could get 5 and 6 megabyte up speeds using cell, basic cell. If I got the right router, I might be able to kick it up some, but I can't do much volume through there. So I thought I might do upstreams through the mobile network and pretty much all the down stuff through Viasat. So I'm trying to set that up. If any of you guys are using Viasat and you got some experience on that, that would be neat to hear about too. And I'd like to be able to recommend, internet to a lot of people buying land from me as well. How to do it, if the satellite stuff really works. There's a lot of latency and slow clicking back and forth. Jason Lydiard says, Luke and I have Texas land as well. How close to what major city? Yeah, so we've got a bunch of land on the website. I'm going to dig into that if I can get through some questions. Oh, the gold color is saying get a mobile sat feed, works well, and they're cheap now. Yeah. So this one that I got the 100 megabyte system. It's like $200 a month. Seems really expensive. You guys talking back and forth, sharing phone numbers and stuff. Yeah, Virginia says, "Oh, you'll never be sorry to have a dog in your life." Yeah, I had dogs growing up, but it's with little kids. It's like I'd spend time on the kids. Now the kids are getting a little bit bigger. I think it's time to get a dog. Yeah, congratulations on a new fur baby. Yeah. Okay, so I think we're catching up. I want to jump into the website and look at inventory. I haven't checked in. I've been doing title paperwork like crazy. I mean, the last 2 days last week, I literally printed 2 reams of paper of disclosures and contracts and stuff on real estate. I mean, just signing it all, reading and signing and reading and signing and reading and signing, correcting things and reading and signing some more. I mean, it just wears me out. I want to make more videos. I want to make more videos about land and show you guys different properties that are out there and choices that we have. And I keep getting caught up in all the bureaucracy. I'm trying to slay the bureaucracy of these transactions to make it easy for you guys. And I get stuck doing more of it myself. But that's how it goes. Okay, so listings, for sale, all the stuff that's for sale on the website right now. There's 10 per page. We got 35 pages. Let's see what it goes up to. It's going to be 350 something. 351, 2, 3, 353. 353 properties for sale right now on the website. And at the end of the list, we've got this property. This is the oldest property on the website. Let's take a look at this one. I've presented this one numerous times. I haven't got it sold. It's asking $49,000, and it went through title company. It was a messy title in the past. We had to do all kinds of paperwork to get it cleaned up. Now it's cleaned up, ready to go. You can get title insurance on it, and it's in San Bernardino County, California. It's 80 acres, 80 acres in San Bernardino County. And I made numerous videos. If you go back through my YouTube history, you'll see numerous videos. This is the most recent video I made about it. Here's a map of the property. It's a big rectangle. There's a road that goes right through the middle of it, and it's kind of following a power line, but not exactly. Like the power line kind of goes off. Let's see. Yeah, so the power line kind of goes through. Where'd the power line go? Power line disappeared. I think this is probably the power line, but it kind of follows the power line, and it just looks like a really good property for like dirt biking and off-roading and having fun out in the middle of nowhere. And it's not that far out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's middle of nowhere kinds of land, but the freeway is just down the hill. See if I can get my mouse to work right. So down the hill here is Barstow. So Barstow's right over here, and this is the 40, and there's an exit over here. I forget the name of that exit, but it's just off, and then dirt road. Just beeline it up the dirt road to the property. And I mean, you're like 10 minutes away from town, from Walmart, I mean, Jack in the Box, gas stations, grocery stores, Napa Auto Parts, or whatever auto parts store you like to use. And on the other side of the valley, you've got all these funky colored mountains. So you're looking over here at these ones. This is Calico's Ghost Town's really good for Halloween. They got like haunted ghost town stuff going on, but it's just really colorful mountains. It's old silver and antimony mines. I think it was owned by Silver Standard. They wrapped up a whole bunch of old busted mines that didn't make sense at lower silver prices, and then when the silver price went up, they hoped they could make money off of them. They got this old town from old, and they, for a while, Silver Standard, one of Silver Standard's best revenue streams, sitting on all these old silver deposits, was the operation of the ghost town up there. It was a good tourist attraction. Not sure who owns it now. It might still be Silver Standard. So there's the property, the other side of the valley, and there's the road, and there's a power line coming through here somewhere, and that just looks like a good fun one. But I was asking $49,000 because it's not very far from town. It's been the cheapest out there in the market for a while. There might be others that people have undercut it with now, but when I put it out there, it was the cheapest. And let's go back. Let's look at the newest stuff that's on the website. I mean, the next oldest stuff is some of these Arkansas properties. I got to go through, make some more videos and descriptions of those, and I think they'd probably disappear. I just haven't had the time. So let's circle back. So the newest stuff on the website right now, Apache County. Let's see what this is. $16,997 or $1,500 down, $269 a month for 84 months. This is 40 acres. This is put on here by Dave Ayers. Dave is on the website. He's got numerous different properties on the website. He keeps selling them cheapest in the area again and again and again. I had the pleasure to meet Dave and his wife at Land Academy Conference in Hermosa Beach. I think that was in September this fall. That was neat. Met a bunch of these other land dealers, and we just shared notes and learn about buying and selling land and different techniques and things. And it looks like you got actual pictures of this property. It's a bunch of juniper bush, and they'll break up the view, and some stakes. I don't know if the property lines are staked or what that is, but it looks like just classic Apache. You drive out here and you can set up and not see anybody in the area. It almost looks like water off in the distance, but I'm not sure. Those are probably mountains. There's no major bodies of water around there. He's got a buy it now button. We don't have the map going on the website yet, but it's probably because I'm too slow at doing what I do. I need to get the maps on there so it's easier to find. Let's see. Let's just run with a GPS. So if you take the GPS off of these and you put them into Google Maps, you can find out where they are pretty easily. That's the nice thing about the land dealers. They put actual information out about the location and all kinds of information out there. This is Witch Wells Trail, so this is Witch Wells Ranch, I'm guessing. Compared to the realtors, they're always trying to hide the information and get you to talk to them and sign up with them, make sure you pay them their commission. so they share the information with you. But the modern land dealers, they share it all with you because it's for sale by owner and they want you to buy the land. So Witchwell Taverns over here, there's a good turnoff there. It's like a bar, motocross, place to go share hunting stories and stuff. St. John's down here to the south, and then a little bit below that, you've got Sholo, Pine. You got Home Depot, Walmart kind of stuff down here. You've got a grocery store in St. John's, not too far away. I always forget the name of that grocery store. It's like a guy's name, John's or something. So that's it. That's a neat looking one. So these are on ruralvacantland.com. If you just go to Apache County, you'll see that. That'll be the one at the top of the list because it's the newest one on there. Cochise County. There we go. Let's see what this is. We've had a lot of Cochise County on the website in the past. People keep buying up the Cochise County because you can do owner builder. You can apply. It's not a. You don't even have to apply. You just say I'm gonna do owner builder, and I think it's like $150 fee or something. And you can go build whatever you want on the property with no inspections. But you got to have certain zoning and you got to have certain size. This is RU4 zone. So he's saying these parcels that are zoned RU4 do not last long. Yeah, so RU4, you can do the owner builder thing and go for it. So he's asking $500 down, $149 a month for 40 months. And this one's missing my maps too. I love my little maps and not getting them up on the website fast enough. These properties keep getting posted on the website faster than I can make maps. Got my assistants working on them too. They're getting bogged down in paperwork and not making maps. There's a water hole over here. So there's some little roads running around the area. Let's see what part of Cochise County this is. Okay, so this is central. Okay, so Wilcox is up here. There's a 10 going this way. Tucson is over here. There's Tucson. Here's Benson. Benson's got like Home Depot kinds of supplies and Walmart and stuff like that. And down here, Douglas has or they don't have Home Depot, but they've got Walmart, and I think they've got a lumber store. But if you go over to Sierra Vista, you're gonna be better going to Benson. You go to Benson from here to get like lumber and that kind of supplies to go build what you want to build. You need a new light switch or whatever. You're going to be going there all the time when you go build stuff, right? Hopefully you can plan ahead better than I can. You just do it all in one trip or use a trailer or something. Do a lot of it in a few trips instead of always running there. So I just bought this new house. It's like a total fixer-upper. I'm going to move. I think this will be the last time I do live videos from this location, probably. Next week is the 24th, Monday, and it's Christmas Eve. I think we should skip the 24th. That's my wife's Swedish. That's the day they celebrate Christmas, is on the 24th, as everyone thinks is the 25th. I mean, that's the Swedes celebrate on the 24th for whatever reason. And so that's like her Christmas. That's my wife's Christmas. That's the kids' Christmas. So next week I'm gonna skip the live call. We'll have it again 2 weeks from now, Monday at 9 a.m. But the point of what I was getting at was I've been going to Home Depot like twice a day or something, getting supplies. And what I've always wanted to do is do radiant floors. And I've never done radiant floors, like heat coming out of the floor. And so I bought a whole bunch of PEX pipe, and I bought a whole bunch of plywood, like 3/4 inch floor board, and I ripped it on 40-degree angles, so it makes like a toenail kind of thing. And maybe I could draw a picture that would make more sense. And then screwed them to the floor, and then I put flooring over the top of it. See if this makes sense to you guys that like to build stuff. You can make fun of my design if you want. So here's what I did. So this kind of stuff that my fingers are on is the plywood, and the round thing in the middle is the PEX pipe that the water goes through. So hot water goes through here, and you can just hook it up to your hot water heater. And then I got a pump. I'll show you this pump. This is the magic of the whole thing. So if we go to Supply House, I mean, this is the way to get plumbing. You don't even have to go to Home Depot. You can just get it delivered. It's cheaper than Home Depot and Lowe's. And everything I looked up, it's all cheaper. All these little connections and stuff, you just have to plan ahead. So I'm going to radiant heating. Not that we need a whole lot of heating in Southern California, but my wife is always freezing. I don't know what to go for. I can't think of the name of the pump. But it's so I had to get stainless steel because it's let's see. Probably misspelling it. It's a variable speed. Yeah, right here. There's the bad boy. So here's the magic of my new radiant floor that I put together. So this is it is a variable speed stainless steel circulator pump. Stainless steel so it doesn't rust, because I'm gonna have potable water going through it, and it's not a closed loop with like something in it. It's gonna be new water going all the time. And it's got sensors. So these sensors come off of it, and you hook one sensor up to the water going in to the radiant floor system, and you hook one sensor up to the water coming out of the radiant floor system, and you can adjust the variable on it. And so if it's not maintaining its heat, you can turn it up. If it's getting too hot, you can turn it down, and you adjust that variable, and then you can hook a thermostat to the pump, so you can set, if you want the variable to go up or down accordingly, and it circulates the water through the system to keep the floor warm, basically, because the floor's warm, the whole house is warm. And this is just a DIY radiant system, not the super fancy professional one with all the boilers and everything. So just hook it up to the household water heater and run with it. So I've been doing that. So I've been going to Home Depot a lot, little connections and putting stuff together. So let's go back. So other properties that are up for sale. Yavapai County, 10 acres. So if you guys know where Yavapai County is, I'm going to pull up a county map of Arizona. I'm going to point out a couple of these maps. Arizona county maps. There's the geology map. Some bright colors. Okay, so my head's gonna be in the way. Let me do this. There we go. So here, this yellow chunk in the middle is Yavapai County, and this is, to me, the hardest county to do land deals in Arizona, because the recorder is like super duper picky. Like, you've got a period out of the place or missing, or fraction of a microscopic inch into the margin or something, they call you out on it, and they say, oh, it can't be like this and it can't be that. Or if your scan is like 1% skewed off, like happens when paper goes through a machine, you gotta like do it over again. So it's a really hard place to do paperwork, but it's got some beautiful land. We've got some land in the hopper that's like big tree country. There's some beautiful weather, like Prescott Valley is just some really Mediterranean kinds of weather, because it's a little higher elevation than Phoenix, and it's kind of protected area, and it's just, so there's pockets of just strength in Yavapai County. As you get up north, prices tend to drop off. As you get in between, as you're closer to Phoenix and Prescott, I mean, there's high price, there's some mountains in here. Just a lot of neat stuff about Yavapai. So this is where this property is, in Yavapai County. We've also got properties on the website in Gila County, Cochise County. We were just talking about Cochise County. We've got, I've had Pima. I don't think we have any Pima right now, but we got some Pinnell on the website. I've never had any Graham or Greenlee, but I think all the rest of these counties we've had or have properties on the website. I think we're sold out of Yuma, sold out of Pima, sold out of La Paz. There's a bunch of Navajo and Apache. There might be some Coconino. So let's go back. So this is in Yavapai County, and let's see what part of Yavapai County this is. Looks like there's some bush, there's some houses. Let's use a political map. So, so it's a ways north of the 40. It's between the 66 and the 40. So you get some good sized properties out here for not a whole lot of crazy amounts of money. Let's see what the this one was charging. I missed the price. Uh-oh. I skipped right off of it. Maybe it's not priced yet. Oh, it's one of my properties. Probably because I haven't priced it yet. So I'll dig into it and figure out a price. Just got the ad. I gotta price it. Basically gonna see what everything in the area is going for and try to charge half of that. Right? That's my basic pricing model. Simple as that. So here's Navajo County, 1 acres in Snowflake. So here's Navajo County. $15,000 for 1 acre. Let's see what this one is. Curtis is going for this one. So it's in Snowflake, so it's in town. Water, electricity, and phone. Okay, so it's not your normal Navajo that's in the middle of nowhere. So it looks like this one's got all the utilities set up and ready to go. Looks like it's marked out. Looks like you sent someone out there to get some pictures too. It's got directions to a couple of the neighboring towns. So I bet you someone takes off with that one. It's got the utilities. 15. At first I was saying, ooh, 15,000 Navajo, that sounds expensive. But with the utilities, it's a lot cheaper to have the utilities there than to go build your own on $1,000 property. Looks like he's got another one. Or maybe he's got 2 of them next to each other. Yeah, I think he's got 2 of them next to each other. 10 acres on Pilot Road in Elko County. Let me get these old things off the screen. So let's see who this is. Chris Gibson's got this one up there. $4,900. Let's see, the map's not up yet. We'll try to get the map up on these ones. Well, we got this map. We'll use this map. Okay, so these are literally right on the road. So that should be easier to access. I've had numerous times like truckers asking for one that's got really good, easy road access up in this area. This probably fits their bill quite well. It looks like there's a power line going along. I don't think Pilot Road has street view, nope. But there's a power line going along the road, so you got major road access. You could probably drive your semi-truck in there, and power line out front. So you do some kind of driveway like this guy, so you can get your truck back out of there. And looks like he put a cattle grade in, so you can just drive in and out and go for it. There's another Yavapai, 16.44 acres, 39,995. I think this is another one of mine. I'm just doing paperwork on this one recently, so I want to, as soon as I get a chance, I want to make a video about this one and describe it to further length. But 39,995, and let's do this. Yavapai County's got those pockets of really good weather I was just talking about. that are a lot like southern Italy or something, southern France. So here's some roads. Looks like a greener one. This is a lot greener one than a lot of the ones in the area. I really don't think there's street view here. Let's see if we can do 3D. Yeah, so there's other houses in the area, so I think you might be able to get power lines off of one of these. Probably has power lines. And I need to dig into it more and get it figured out. But it just looks like a greener area, nice area, hills and roads to access it and go have fun with it. Mariposa County, 5 acres for sale. I'm scratching my head. Which one was this? I bought a bunch of Mariposa. I start losing track. This one might already be sold though, if I'm thinking of the right one. But it says for sale. No, this is a different one. Oh yeah, I remember this one. So this one is just getting this one listed. I need to get more details about this one. It's in a neighborhood. This neighborhood is Ponderosa Basin, I believe is what it's called, and it's really close to big national park. If we hit the map, you've got Yosemite Mountain. Like, where's Yosemite? The main roads into Yosemite are right here, just right around the corner. So you don't have to go very far around the corner. There's a hill in the way, but it's like surrounded by the same national forest that's Yosemite. It almost might be easier to hike into Yosemite than to drive there. But if you drive around, you're not very far from Yosemite at all. Yosemite Valley, that's what I was trying to get at. Here's Half Dome, Yosemite National Park. It's just up the hill, so it's in the foothills, right down the hill from Yosemite. And I love that. I love having access to parks like that. I don't have big parks like that around where I'm at. Well, I've got the ocean, I've got underwater parks that I love to explore and visit. So maybe I take that back. But I don't have like the mountain kinds of parks. We've got some smaller mountain parks around here that I like to take the kids up to, go climb trees and run around like crazy without many people, and throw sticks and poke stuff and do stuff that kids like to do, right? That it's harder to do with a bunch of people around. My son likes to pick up sticks and hit things with them, and people in the local parks, they flip out like he's caveman or so, whatever. It's like, just go out in nature and have fun with it, right? That's part of owning land. That's part of shopping land. That's part of getting out and enjoying life. So that one doesn't have a price yet. That's on my to-do list for today. I'll try to get that price as well as that other one in Arizona. So there's Valencia County, New Mexico. $399 down and $99 per month for 45 months. Chris Riviera is bringing up the terms deals. Nice. So let's see what this is. Valencia County, New Mexico, 5 acres. Where is this one? Let's see if I get a map. This map is dead wrong. So I'm gonna try to get that fixed. That's not right. That map's in the wrong area. Okay. Hopefully that'll get fixed before anyone sees it. Sorry about that. Shelter Cove. Ooh, who's got some Shelter Cove? Is that one of mine? No. Oh, okay, yeah, this is one of mine. So I got another Shelter Cove one. So I've had a couple Shelter Coves in the past. This is 0.23 acres. Um, the street view on this one was showing some nice ocean views, but the guy that went there said you couldn't see the ocean from there. So I'm wondering if the trees grew up or something. Yeah, so this is the back side of the lot. Ocean's back over there. The ocean's out there. There's trees in the way. I mean, you have to chop some of these trees down, or you just build your house there, and then, you know, you're up over the trees looking out at the ocean. I think you're going to get some ocean views. I think I need to figure out pricing on this one, though. So, let me work on that. Let's go back to the list. Benton County, Arkansas. $850. Curtis got this one. So I think we were looking at some of these last week. It's a good chunk of woods, a nice street. Might have a power line with a clearing on the side like that. Looks like some nice houses in the area. $850, pretty cheap. So here's another Benton County, Arkansas, $850. Look at that, it's street on two sides. Not sure if there's a power line on that one or not. There might be though. Some nice looking houses in the area. There's another Benton County. Looks like he's doing street view. That looks like my kind of street. It'd be fun to drive in there. Nice square on a little road. $850. Nice looking houses in the area. 10 acres for sale, Latimer County, Oklahoma. Tim Flood has this one. $11,995, so like just shy of $12,000. 10 acres. Look at this. Nice looking chunk of land. There's an airport across the street. There's a road right there. Looks like a couple ways to drive in there. Power line. For the Oklahoma fans, there you go. There's nice Oklahoma, Latimer County, Oklahoma. Three acres in Caddo Parish, Louisiana. Tim Flood's got this one, $4,995 in Louisiana. These pictures look the same. I'm gonna check on these pictures. Taking notes. Navajo County, Arizona, $14.97. Dave Ayres has got this one. 1.25 acres. Is there a power line? No, Starlight Road. So there's a picture out in the area. $1,497 for 1.25 acres. Some Apache. I'm starting to run out of time, guys. Los Angeles County. You guys can dig into the areas that you want. I mean, the areas are they're on here. You just go location, you know, the state. You could check the whole state that you're interested in, or the county that you're interested in. They're all sorted by state and county. And as we dig in here, I'm starting to see stuff from last week. So some of these properties, it's Los Angeles County properties that aren't very far from Los Angeles, the backside of Los Angeles, and gets down to Um, yeah, just a bunch of different properties. I think I touched on this one last week, but this one's just got a soft spot in my heart. I'm gonna pull it up one more time. This one looks like my kind of land. The I grew up in northern Michigan, right? So I like trees. I like this kind of this kind of stuff. Um, this property just says it to me. It's 20 acres, and it looks like it's got, you know, I don't know if it was fire damage or something on a little bit of it, but probably bark beetle. Looks like they cut down a lot of trees and they had a brush pile and they burned it. But between the road and the property is national forest. And I talked to the national forest guys. They said you can drive through there. Santa Luz National Forest. Here's the burn pile where they recently burned some of the brush they cleaned out of this area. And then up here where the brush hasn't been cleaned out, this is all the property that's up for sale. So you can drive right through in there, and there's easements along the sides too that lead out to roads on either side. There's a road on the other side and road on this side. So there's legal easements, you can do that, but practicality wise, you can just drive across national forest land here, from what the Santa Luz National Forest guys say, and go in there. And there's different houses in the area. This looks like kind of set up where you could put your own house in there and just run with it. This is the other side of the street. This side of the street down here in the bottom corner, behind my head actually. That's what you'd be looking at. Let's do that. So down here, there's that brush burn pile, but this is the land. The photo guy kind of got the area and not so much the property. He's going to stop by there again, get some more pictures of the actual property. But here's a good shot of the property. So it's this hills and valleys and brush and trees, and it just looks like land that my uncle used to have a property in Barrington, Michigan, between Reed City and Rapid City. You know, like I'm not going to make fun of the area. It's too easy to make fun of. But an area where it's this kind of land. You've got some swamps and cornfields and Christmas trees. Like my uncle had this Christmas tree farm, and in the back it went down into swamps, and it looked a lot like this. It was this kind of swamp, but you get in there and you go knee deep or waist deep in muck. But the deer loved it. I mean, it was a great place for the deer to hide, especially later on in the hunting season. They'd all go hide in the bogs like that. And then when they'd freeze, you could go back in there. So I used to have a tree stand overlooking country that looked just like this. Same kind of thing. I'd be sitting there in the tree stand, and it'd be like 10 a.m. You know, I'd been there all morning, and then right in front of me, you know, a half dozen deer would pop up out of the bush. They've been sitting there watching me the whole time. You know, they would just be hiding in there, and then they'd go sneak out. They'd try to sneak out one way or the other, and but that was where they would hide, was in this kind of bush behind my uncle's tree farm, and could always find them back in there, especially in Michigan in rifle season when everyone and their brothers shooting everything that moves. That's a good place for them to go hide. So this kind of countryside is very nostalgic to me, for lack of better terms, because of those memories. And sometimes just little things like that is what gets it. So let's go back to my face, and I wanted to cut this one off because I got so many things I would try to do today. Let's do some chat and see if there's any good questions I can touch on, and then give some land away. Okay, so Rod Hall is chiming in, and he was the one that we had on the call earlier. He's saying his email is rod@mylandlist.com for the 2.52 acres in Costilla County, $86 a month. And I also put a link to that in the description of this video down below about the properties we covered today. There's a link to his property if you want to go for that one. Are you using an internet booster? I wonder if she's talking to me or the previous guy that was asking about internet. I'm not using an internet booster, but maybe I should be. So X Studio Productions saying, I'm trying to find something in northern Oklahoma. I've checked the site, not much in Oklahoma. So I've got a couple in Oklahoma, but not very much, like you're saying. We don't have that much in Oklahoma. We've got a couple. And let's see if I can pull up a map while I'm talking. Um, so what I'm doing is I'm pulling up ruralvacantland.com, if I can spell the name of my own website. I'm just doing everything wrong. And as that loads, I'll try to get the map up, and then I can show you where the properties are located and see what we have in Oklahoma. Okay, pull the sweater up to the arms and show us some land. Exactly right. It was cold when I got in here earlier. Now it's getting hot. I should probably take this thing off. Jason L is saying, I work for an internet service provider. SAT is limited on the upload. Cable company is the fastest, but not available everywhere. DSL is the most consistent, but the speed is the slowest. Yeah, so there's like an old AT&T DSL connection, and I was trying to ask him what the up speed is, and it's like 500K or something ridiculously slow. But that's what the old homeowner was using, was the DSL. It just sounded too ridiculously slow. I talked to AT&T about it, and they didn't even recommend their DSL. They recommended their mobile, get a hotspot through the mobile company. They didn't even recommend the DSL at all, even though it supplies the house. It's just too old. Depending on how close you are to a DSL hub, you could get fiber optic connection and get 1 gig unlimited. Yeah, that's what I would like to do. I might need Jason to come over and wire up fiber optic link to my local DSL hub. I wonder how much that would cost. David Van Stekeen is saying, "What up? I want to buy some of your cheap dirt." There's David. Yeah, we had some of his land on the website earlier. I think it's all sold. If you got some new ones, I'd like to hear about those too. August Bradshaw is saying some lost gold somewhere around Calico too. Yeah, I'm sure there's gold in those mines too. But I think it was mainly a silver mine. Silver, antimony, lead, bismuth. I think there's bismuth in there too. But I'm not a geologist. I just I used to speculate on different minerals projects. Yeah, have been many times a Slash X Ranch. Yeah, Slash X Ranch. There's a bunch of properties around that area. They're fun to deal with too. So Pure Hobby 1. I have 2 pieces, Barstow and Lucerne lands I want to list, but I had questions. You have become a tough man to get a hold of. Cheryl should be forwarding you my email from Araquello. Yes, Robert, I'm gonna get back to you. She just the girl just got me a message. Do you like to list some land on the website? So what I do is I charge $200 a month to post properties on the website. And then you can put them up for sale, and we'll work on presenting them the best way we can. And I want them to be like the cheapest in the area, and just really good customer service. You gotta like answer the phone, get back to people, and do their paperwork and stuff, because they're buying land from you, and you gotta deliver like fast, get that deed to them and get the land to them as fast as you can. And the $200 a month, if the property doesn't sell, properties, you have 5,000 properties, I don't care, 1 or 5,000, same price. If it doesn't sell or none of them sell, just let me know, and we'll look at the pricing, we'll look at the titles, we'll look at the description, the maps and presentation and stuff, and see why try to figure out why it's not selling, and try to fix it, change it, make it better. Maybe I can help somehow, and I'll just give you a refund. So if the stuff doesn't sell, I'll just give you a refund each month for that month. Now if you go like 6 months and then you tell me, hey Luke, nothing's selling, like, hey, we didn't have the conversation, try to fix it in the meantime, I'm not gonna refund you forever. But a month by month. They'll just refund you month by month. We'll try to fix it, make it better until we can get them sold, get them off, make them happen. And so that's how I like to do it. I wish other places where you could list land, put real estate up for sale and stuff, didn't really charge you unless it went through. But the only people that really do that are like realtors, and I think they get more notoriety and listings and stuff out of putting your posting up there at high prices and waiting forever than just getting a sale through. I don't get it. It seems like the realtor would want to do low price and just fill it full of information so people will buy the property. Someone can find it and buy it right away. But it doesn't seem to be the real estate business model. Then you got to pay them a whole bunch on the end too. So that's the idea. So I can get you a link to sign up for the website and go post the properties on the website, and the girls will charge you by the hour to do work on it. Like if they're changing, they're updating pictures and locations or finding, they can make the ads and put it all together and make it happen if you want, and you just pay them by the hour. I mean, they're doing kind of like $12 ish by the time they get a full listing together and get it all posted all over the place. But it depends on how intricate or how much information you give them. The more you can feed them, the faster it'll be and the less it'll cost you. So I'm not refunding that money. That goes to them. They bill you directly. And yeah, so like Cheryl or whoever you get on the phone, when you call the main number, they can walk you through that and bill you for 2 properties. I mean, you're probably gonna be like $30 or something to get them posted. Higher perspective. Sounds like you need some help. I can help. Yeah. I'm just trying to catch up on multiple fronts, right? It's I have a hard time passing off a lot of jobs and things to do. I mean, I pass a lot of things off, but I have a hard time doing it all. Eastern Orthodox Church Day. We celebrate on the 24th too. Okay, there you go. Andrew W. saying, PEX is easy. Use the radiating fins with it. Yeah, you can. There's a lot of ways to beef up the productivity of that kind of radiant floor. This is in Southern California. I mean, it's just to take the chill off. It's not like Colorado or Canada or something, where you have to get super serious. Yeah, congrats on the new house, Luke. Thank you. It should be a fun one. You know what I had to do this weekend? Just about want to cry. My wife wants horses out the bedroom window. That's her dream since she was a kid. And she's got horses. She's got a bunch of horses, but they're at another property, so she's got to drive over there to take care of them and look at them and play with them and everything. But she wants some on the property where we live, and she wants to be able to like look out the window and see them. Wants them to be right there. And so this house has that, but it's got a bunch of avocado trees, and horses are really allergic to avocado bark and leaves and the fruit. And I like eating avocados, and the property came with like 95 avocado trees, and some of them are where she wants to put the horses. So I had to cut down a bunch of avocado trees this weekend. And I was like, it's like sacrilegious. Go cut down beautiful producing trees with big fat avocados on them. So we've got boxes of avocados we picked off of these trees. We're gonna probably give avocados away for Christmas to a bunch of people, because it all be ripe at the same time, right? Like 2 weeks from now. But yeah, the gold color, raised floor, best for radiant heat. Yeah, I didn't want to do like cement or whatever to put the floor in. Wood is easy. You just rip up a bunch of wood. Nice. Backwoods Bungalow says YouTuber Electroducus design and build a solar PV radiant underfloor heating system. Ooh, I'd like to see that one. I could hook it up to the solar system. That seems like kind of oxymoron. When the sun's out heating it up, then that's when I want the floor to be cold. Maybe I'm not understanding. It's PV. Okay, so it's not direct. It's not like hot water heater, solar. That'd be interesting to see. I might have to look that one up. It keeps the floor warm and it will give off some heat, but not a lot. I mean, I think it can crank up the whole house. We'll see. Virginia Price says, you'll love radiant heat. Can you have the horses on the property? Yeah, if we're not going to have all the horses on the property, just a couple, like 2 or 3. And it's going to be like the old ones. It's going to be the ones that are kind of laid up or out of commission kinds of horses. My wife runs a horse riding school for kids, and she teaches kids to ride horses. And she's got a couple different instructors that help teach kids ride horses. And she's got a bunch of horses, and she does pony club. So she teaches kids not only to ride horses, but to take care of horses and put on the whole show, right? It's a huge leadership experience and thing to get the kids out of their comfort level and become more of an adult through horses, right? So she has a lot of fun with that, and she's very successful at it. And but the property that the horses are at is really high rent because it's a fancy part of town near where the kids can actually pay for this kind of a hobby and sport and stuff. And so it costs a lot to keep horses there. So if the horse isn't actively being used every day, it shouldn't be there. It should be somewhere else. And so she is constantly moving horses from there to the vet's house. It's like way out on the side of town, or to other properties that are, you know, like 1/6 the price of the rent where we run the riding school. And so she's always moving around, juggling them back and forth, trying to get them better, and or trading them, buying and selling, and she's always trading them. So now we'll have a bit of a buffer zone, being able to keep a couple horses on the property that she can play with and, you know, touch and feed and everything else. Hopefully I'm not stuck feeding them all the time. But hello from Oklahoma, hello from Colorado, from Ohio, from Jersey, from guys all over the place. Thank you. Thanks for listening, for watching from everywhere. California, David Portman. I got to call David. I'll call you. Take some notes. Thanks for coming on. Gold color. Dude, just to the east of you is all kinds of venture in the mountains. Come on, Luke. Yeah, like Palomar Mountain and the Cuyamacas. And I even like going down into northern Baja Mountains or up to San Gregorio. There's some mountains in the back. There's a lot of fun in the mountains, but they're not like Yosemite and Tahoe and the big mountains. They're little guys, so I gotta drive further out. I guess I could get into bigger ones, go up to Mount Whitney or something. Janet Lane saying, now you can throw sticks and the puppy can bring them back. Great exercise for both. Exactly. On Zabrego Desert. Geez, get off the coast for more of a the gold color's calling me out. On Zabrego's fun. I've spent a good deal in Zabrego. You can find all kinds of dinosaur bones and fossils and stuff in some of those roads. Like right in the middle of the road, you can just pick them up. It's beautiful, beautiful part of the earth. Gold color is still going on. Deserts, 4x4 areas, so much east of Encinitas, California. He's right. I should get out more. Adam Mixil is saying, so I just got a half an acre in Izard County, Arkansas. How do I find out what I can build on it? So all the properties I've got up for sale or have had up for sale in Izard County, like 99% of them are in Horseshoe Bend, is the community. So if you look up Horseshoe Bend, let's see, I was going to try to pull up a map. The map's taking forever to load. I'm trying to click on that, but sorry, I'm getting distracted. So Horseshoe Bend, Arkansas is, it's in Izard, it's in Benton, it's 3 or 4 counties, the same neighborhood spread all over a couple counties. And they can look up the property either by the APN number of the property that it gave you on the website, or the legal description. It should be on the website too, or at least it's on the deed. If you got the deed already, it'll say what addition. And so there's an addition, and that addition is, they to build the neighborhood, they would buy up the neighbors, and it's usually the Jones or the Smith or some name, right? And that was, they bought out their ranch and cut it into a bunch of little lots like this and sold off the lots. So when they did that addition to the neighborhood, they recorded new rules for that addition. And when they recorded the rules in 61 or 68 or 69, like in the 60s or early 70s, when they built that neighborhood out, they came up with like minimum square footage that they want you to have to meet the neighborhood requirements, and they just want people to build at least this much. And so it probably says some square footage in there, what kind of setbacks from the front lot, from the side lots, from other things. And so you got to look up those setbacks and the minimum square footage of what you have to build. And if you talk to the Horseshoe Bend community, they, just by Googling Horseshoe Bend in Arkansas, you should be able to get somebody on the phone there that'll tell you the numbers or send you the paperwork on it. They'll send you the old descriptor of what you can build there and what their guidelines are, and you can follow that to build something. And so let's go to the map. So earlier someone was asking about Oklahoma, and so I went on to ruralvacantland.com. We've got this map search. If you go on the map search, there's a link to this in the description down below too. So if you go to the map search and you get this map, and he was asking about what's for sale in Oklahoma, and he's right, there's nothing in northern Oklahoma. It's all over here. There's not much Oklahoma, but what is for sale seems to be southern Oklahoma, especially over this direction, getting closer to the Ozarks. Oklahoma City, and then over here. So for whatever reason, we haven't got any northern Oklahoma going on. I'd kind of guessed, but this isn't a real good way. Is if we're looking at farmland, the farmers usually know what kind of price farmland goes for. $1,500 an acre, $4,500 an acre, whatever it is in the area. And if you talk to a bunch of farmers, they all say the same number, or really close to the same number for farmland in their area. So when it comes to trying to buy farmland for really cheap, it's a lot harder to do. And if you get goofy land that's not as homogeneous, that's got lakes and streams and trees and weird shapes and sizes and different things going on, there's a lot of difference of opinion of what that stuff should trade for and what the value of it is. And so the more unique the property, I think the wider the opinion can be of what that stuff should trade for. And that makes it easier to deal land in that, like art, right? Like, let's say you're trying to deal gold. Your margin on buying and selling gold all day long is going to be really small because people know what the stuff trades for. But if you're trying to buy and sell Picassos and Renés and like Monet, whatever, all different kinds of old famous artists, or ones that maybe I've never heard of, they're still worth something, or get even more obscure, go buy some African art or something. You buy it for dollars and sell it for hundreds, or buy it for hundreds, sell it for thousands. I don't know. Huge spreads because it's obscure, it's unique, it's not a lot of volume, it's weird, it's different. And I think that's what's going on with the land that's in the Ozarks more than the land up north. I think, from my understanding, stuff in northern Oklahoma is more homogeneous, harder to get spreads out of. So you're probably going to see it more from realtors than from land dealers. The gold color is saying he's got some friends in Encinitas. Yeah. Swami's great surf spot. Yeah, so Swami's, like the place I'm living at now, I'm right over the top of Swami's. Like all the gardens behind Swami's, I'm on the back of one of the gardens, and I can look down and I can see the Swami's parking lot. I can see the palm trees over Swami's, and the break is just right around the corner. I mean, I swim out there all the time. Got anything for Nova Scotia, Canada? No, I don't have any Nova Scotia. There's a Canadian real estate website I forget the name of that's got Nova Scotia. I think you can buy Nova Scotia ones from the government, like people that haven't paid taxes. I think you can buy them right off of there. So I would look at buying the ones that are back tax properties. I think you can buy them like without even talking to people. I think you can just buy them right online. Gina M is saying, Adam, can the courthouse that issued your deed tell you that info? So these Izard County ones, I mean, they might tell you, but they're going to direct you to the neighborhood because the neighborhood set the regulations on that, not the county. And so there's county regulations, there's neighborhood regulations. I mean, there's federal regulations, state regulations, county regulations, neighborhood regulations, maybe city regulations in there somewhere too. So the regulations that he's going to run into are the neighborhood regulations on those Izard ones. So it's probably not going to be the courthouse. It's going to be their equivalent of a city. Okay, I think I lost my spot a little bit. Talking about the avocado trees. How dare you cut down those fruit bearing trees? LOL. Yeah, I know, right? Just right after got done talking to the neighbor, he took a class on raising avocado trees, and he's giving me guidance on how to do the avocado trees. I cut them down the same day. It's like, oh, sorry, I didn't cut all of them down. I mean, there's still tons of them left, but took out, I don't know, a dozen of them or so. Could have planted them elsewhere. I mean, these are serious trees. I think uprooting them would have been pretty hard. I mean, the trunks were 10 and 15 inches. I mean, they're old avocado trees. Could put a fence around the avocado trees so the horses can't get them. Sorry, you had to cut them down. Yeah, I could fence them, but they take all the area for the horses. I mean, the horses need some area. There's big trees, and it's just like tree. So could have rented a huge mechanical spade to unplant, then replant them next time. Yeah. August is saying, that's awesome what your wife does. I grew up riding and wouldn't change it for the world. I was going to be a jockey, but broke my leg at 13 and grew 8 inches. Ended my career. Yeah. She loves horses. I mean, just like no one's business. So she's going to get this horse property for Christmas. Kenneth is saying, do you have anything I can drive up in an RV and live? No power required. Yeah, so all that Apache County stuff we were talking about earlier in the show, there's a bunch of Apache County. If I go back to the map view and I zoom out some, this can keep up with me. We go back to Apache County, Arizona. Like, look at all these properties in here. Got a lot of properties because they're really easy to use. So you just zoom in and pick out the green ones. Pick on any of these green ones over here. As you start getting further over here, you get into Navajo. You can do the same thing in Navajo. For 2.5 months, you can drive up and go for it. And then they want either a plan on how you're going to do composting toilet or a septic system. But in Apache County, you can just go for it. You don't need it. You can stay there years and years and years in your RV. No problem. They're really open. So like this one. Another place you can do that is you can buy a permit online and then drive up and live in your RV down in Cochise County. So you can do the online RV permit and then go for it. Most land in Oklahoma is not cheap at all. Yeah, that stuff goes. TK Dawes looks like he's online. Says, hey Luke. Hey TK. TK, seen some land in Cochise County, Arizona. Would it be possible to change land and buy the other 2 5-acre properties? Possibly. Maybe if you call me about it and we'll try to figure it out. So I think the ones that are for sale right now or for sale by Dave or Andrew or Andy or someone, one of the guys on the website, and then I think ones that you bought in the past were from me, and so I mean it's hard to change between different people, but maybe we can figure something out. Yeah, Merry Christmas. There we go. Let's leave it at that. So I'm gonna try to hang up right there. Merry Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody, or whatever you celebrate. It's Christmas in my household, and we're gonna celebrate on the 24th. So that's Monday. Next week, Monday, we're not gonna have a live feed, and but I'll do one the week after, and hopefully it'll be set up in the next location, and I'll see if I can get it all set up and video working and live and going with the internet and everything by then. And I just want to say thank you, and I want to give some land away. So I got to come up with something from early on in the show, and one of the first things we did in the show was called somebody, and he had some land in this county and state. So let's do county and state, called Rod Hall, and he had some property in this county and state, which I think we also have land in this county and state on ruralvacantland.com too. So the first person to name that county and state who has not won land before and who doesn't work with me or for me in some regard, let's see if I can pull this up. Somebody got the state. So I got it on the screen. So someone said Colorado. Janet Lane says Costilla County, Colorado. I think we got a winner. So Janet Lane, I don't think you've ever won before. I'm gonna run with that. Okay, so Janet, thank you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm going to give you a free piece of land, but that is I got to do some paperwork and put it together and get it out to you. And then you got to sign it and send it in. I'm going to put a check with it. It'll be for the state of Arkansas. And yeah, you just do a little bit of paperwork for me because they changed the rules on me. I used to be able to just do it all for you and jam it through there. So that'll get you a free piece of land, and you can do whatever you want with it. You can have me resell it. You can resell it yourself. You can let's move this back. You can give it to your kids, give it to your church, give it away. Maybe not for Christmas because that's too soon, but give it away for next Christmas. When it take a couple months, I got to do the paperwork, and I'm trying to do paperwork on some other deals first before I dig into the paperwork on that, and call a couple of these people back from the call, and numerous other things, but eventually I'll get the paperwork to you. So here's the idea. You got to email my helper, Gilian, at Rural Vacant Land. Just make sure I spelled it right. So you can cut and paste it. I'm just putting it in there. So you can cut and paste Gillian at ruralvacantland.com. Email her the title you would like the land in. So the title is your name, either your name or you and your spouse, or you and your kids, or whoever's name you want this property to be in. And hopefully you've got a photo ID that you can show a notary someday that corresponds with this name, or that you're the trustee of this name, or you're the member, CEO, the somebody, grand hoo-ha-ha of speciality of this name, so you can sign for it. And then to be able to sell it or mortgage it or do whatever you want with the property later on. So that's the idea of the title. So we got to get some kind of name in there, and I need an address to mail it to you, and I need a contact information in case I have to get in touch with you. So contact information would be good, and yeah, I'll do the paperwork, and you get a free piece of property, and hopefully you go build something on it, or have somebody else build something on it, or maybe it's your kid or your grandkid or your nephew or something that has all the go with no place to go, and you could send them there to whatever you can figure out with it. So there's the property. And thank you. Thanks, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody that's watching, listening, or does the recorded version as well. And no call next week, but 2 weeks from now. And talk to you guys later. Thank you.